Hello Taurus, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your weekly read from the 2nd to the 8th of December. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I'm so happy to have you on board and so honoured that you would choose to join me. If you haven't subscribed yet, please click the little red button underneath. And if you find the readings don't resonate, please remember to check out other aspects of your natal chart. I would just say my readings are going much quicker lately, and I think it's because I'm not blurbing on too much at the beginning. So I won't bore you with all my talk and chit chat. I will get straight into your reading. Using Julia Massaglia's After Tarot here. Again, apologising for the lighting, and I have ordered another light, so that will be here soon. Beautiful, you're ready to go here. Okay, Taurus, look at you go. We have the Four of Wands here, and this talks about moving into stable times. It can also talk about marriage, moving in together, but it's definitely about stability. You could have finished a house. You could have just moved house, because sometimes this will signify those things. You could have moved into a castle here, apparently. I certainly wish I could. But definitely moving into something more stable here. Very nice. Okay, so the first card you've got out is the Three of Cups. Now, this talks about celebration. It's a beautiful card because it's about family and friends celebrating and moving forward. Now, especially with that Four of Wands up front, very likely we could be talking about a wedding, celebration of a house, buying a house, celebration of a child being born into the family, christening, definitely. Okay, and then we have the Eight of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups shows a woman walking away, or a woman, it could be a man too, walking away from the Eight Cups. In the After Tarot, someone's come in to check the cups that you've left behind. So you could have walked away from someone here. It could have been you've left someone in the past behind. Okay. I'm trying to get a feel for this. Look, you're not fulfilled by something here. You're walking away from something because you're not fulfilled. It's like you've left the past behind because you've gone after something that you want that the past didn't offer you. So maybe a good thing. Maybe you're learning to leave the past behind here. Yes, I would say that is the case. So we have the Four of Pentacles here. Now, the Four of Pentacles, it talks about hanging on to things from the past. I've got a really funny throat now, Taurus. You're having trouble speaking up about something. The Four of Pentacles talks about hanging on to something from the past and unable to let it go. There's a transformation needed here. There's a transformation needed. You need to walk away from something in your past and leave it behind. And for some unknown reason, you're unable to do this. Why? Okay, it could have to do with another earth sign, or this could be yourself here. So we're talking about Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo here, but unable to leave this person behind in your past. Okay, and then we have the Five of Wands. So there's a lot of internal conflict going on here. This is quite interesting how this card starts out with all this stuff around celebration and stability, and now all we're sitting on is conflict from the past. This is mental conflict. This is conflict within you here. This is about you, you know, that whole should I, shouldn't I? Do I move on this? Do I not? Yes, because there's been wounding here. So maybe between you and someone else, there's been a wound. There's a wounded warrior. This is putting up boundaries. This is protecting oneself. Now, we know the energies flip-flop here. So this could be the other person that you've had conflict with who is protecting themselves here. Okay, so this is the card of intuition. This is the High Priestess. What the universe is saying here is you need to go inside yourself to understand what's happened here. There's a deeper meaning here. There's a deeper... You've walked away from something. Someone's maybe walked away from you, but there's this terrible hanging on to past energies here. And a call for you to start looking inside. This conflict you've been going through is quite deep here. And perhaps it's that you understand it now and that's why you're celebrating. But we'll come back and do a recap. Yeah, there's a celebration card here too. So definitely moving into some sort of celebratory energy here. The Hermit here would talk about having to go inside. The funny part is this feels like the sort of, you want this to be a victory, but maybe you're not quite ready to go ahead on it yet. You're sort of sitting in that. Oh my goodness, it's the Two of Pentacles. This has come out every reading and I've changed packs or decks. Okay, so this is about a decision. Everybody's got this major decision to make this week. Okay, so I'm going to do a recap for you here. Now, to me, you've got this celebratory energy here. You want to celebrate something. So something is definitely going in your favour. And it may be that you've made the choice to move forward here. Now, there's something in your past. Could be to do with an earth sign, another earth sign, or this could be just to do with you. But this is about going deep inside to have a look at your intuition, to understand what happened here. You're not able to let it go. The universe wants you to work through this energy. That's obvious in some of the cards that are here. You need to have a greater understanding, especially if you're going to approach this person again. So what we've got here is we've got a lot of internal conflict and a lot of putting up boundaries. So either somebody has become defensive against you or you've become defensive about somebody else because you're just going the whole wrong way about this. This is about you defending yourself. But yet when I look at this, it's you that's unable to let go. So the universe is asking you to go deep inside and have a look at your intuition because you're missing a point here. You're missing some kind of point. I think that you either want to offer marriage to this person and maybe you're in a hiatus or a break at the moment. There is a victory here, but only after a period of going deep, doing deep introspection here. You need to go deep inside yourself to really have a look at what it is here that has happened in this situation. Now, what I can say to you is that there's a balance needed. Looking at this with this Five of Wands here, I think you can only see this from your perspective. You're not going deep inside to look at it from the other person's perspective here. And you need to hermit yourself to understand intuitively what has happened. You're not putting yourself in the other person's shoes. You are looking at this purely from your own intent, and that's not helpful. And you need to do this. You need to be weighing up how to do this. Sometimes this can talk a head over heart decision and feeling it differently to what you normally would. But definitely this feeling of needing to go inside and take time out to understand the other person's point of view, because I feel this is why this conflict is here. I feel that this defensive stuff is because you're not looking at the person's point of view. Put their shoes on, Taurus. Put their shoes on. Go and try their shoes on for 5 minutes and have a look and see what's happened from their perspective. Don't measure it by what you're seeing here, because what you're seeing is your own perspective. You're not being intuitive and trying to understand where the other person's coming from. So important, and this is why this defensiveness, this fighting, this constant battle in your head, there's victory to be had here. And what you're celebrating at the end there could be if you wanted to ask this person to marry you. If you can try and resolve this conflict, then you've probably got a good chance of having celebration. But you need to understand it from their perspective. Okay, all right, we have a card of wish coming out here. And the wish card says your heart's desire is ready to come true. So if this is what you're doing, yeah, empathy. Empathy is so important. Take your shoes off and walk a mile in the other person's shoes. Thanks, Taurus.